T Nails. And Sully something.
You think he's a real man while you're being tucked in.
Taking a professional look at the markets and investing in stuff through bloodshot eyes.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's just gibberish.
Now, here's Russ and Sully.
After more than 3 decades at the forefront of the home fitness, physical therapy, and athletic training business, our next guest, we met at the URSA convention.
He hobbled up in a pair of crutches.
And he did. His name is Tom Campanaro. He is with EFI Gravity Systems. Perhaps you have heard them from Total Gym. Got their website up.
Totally.
Welcome, man. Where do you live? Are you in San Diego here?
I am in San Diego.
So Total Gym is from San Diego?
It is.
This whole time?
That's it, man.
Right here in our backyard?
Right here, Miramar.
What?
Actually, we started in Kearny Mesa.
Do you film the infomercials in San Diego too?
No, the closest filming was L.A.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we've done New York, L.A.
So I get excited when big celebrities come. I mean, you're kind of a big deal, but I mean, let's say
I'm a little deal.
Chuck Norris and Christy Brinkley thinking they're in San Diego. I still think this is a home. Are you taking your clothes off?
I absolutely am, because I bet Chuck Norris doesn't have one of these that I got.
What is that?
You are right.
Oh, tried all 120
Look at
positions?
this.
Come on, Chuck.
What is that? Oh, is that
the number of exercises you can do on the Total Gym?
Thanks
Actually, there's 250, but we figured you're
about
quite a
120.
guy. You could handle 120.
So everybody is.
Yeah, you've seen
Everybody's
the
seen Total
piece of
Gym.
equipment.
Yeah.
Did you invent the thing?
You know, I can't really claim that.
All right,
it was
so
really, the incline plane was really invented in the late 1800s.
Pythagorean, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Socrates did the incline plane.
In the late 1800s. But we saw the concept in 1974, and we brought the Total Gym in existence then.
So the Total Gym thing, you guys came up with.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
And so for the listeners, I can't imagine any listeners over here don't understand it or don't know what it is, but talk about it.
You know, it's an incline plane. So basically, it's like walking up a steeper hill, but you can modify the hill.
Right.
And just by changing the positions of your body, because you are the weight stack,
Yeah.
and as we know, we all are a weight stack.
I'll say.
Some bigger
I'm
than
a
others.
hell of a weight stack. I was a bigger weight stack. Do we have the picture of me and George
Oh, here we go. The weight
okay.
stack. All right. And it's set up for, what's the maximum load of...
Well, depending on the model.
My street name is
600 pounds.
My street name is Weight Stack.
Because there's one lady trying to be the fattest lady in the world. You hear about this? She's like at 700. She wants to hit 1,000. I'm thinking...
I don't think we can handle it.
Off of that one,
We'll let her lose 300 pounds, and then we got it.
You're a rail.
So, you know, the infomercial business, I don't want to talk about your business, but the infomercial business is interesting. We're going to have Johnny Mathis on. Johnny Mathis runs a company called LiveMercial, not the singer. But LiveMercial took infomercials to the internet for the first time. And what he did is he'd go to guys like you and say, look, I'm gonna bring you to the internet so people can do infomercials on demand. Because how many times have people called up their local television stations, hey, I saw this cool Total Gym. I didn't get down to write down the number. And then some sales guy calls them back from the TV station. So this guy put infomercials on the internet and said, I'll do it for free, but just give me a piece of the action.
Yeah. Well, we're all over the internet too.
$1 billion sold. But it's interesting when you talk about the infomercial business, how this direct marketing kind of changed the world for you guys.
Well, typically infomercials, we don't consider ourselves in the infomercial business because typically an infomercial product is 18 months.
Right.
So, you know, if I said, well, name me 3 products that you saw 2 years ago, where are they?
Flowbee.
Flowbee comes to mind.
Flowbee,
obviously you bought one.
Oh, the hair cutting place that you connect to a vacuum cleaner. But I know what you're talking about. There's very few of them.
So we're actually in our 14th year. So really, we're looking at that long form.
So it's long form.
Basically long form advertising.
And my question for you is you've not had to reinvent yourself at all. I mean, once you figured out the product didn't work, because most companies have got to keep tweaking it until it works.
We actually have reinvented ourselves.
See, but I wouldn't know that as a consumer.
Well, you know it now. No, you wouldn't unless you go to a health club, and then you see our gravity system, which is really taking the Total Gym concept and bringing it into a club with what's called gravity training, which is the programming that you go through. In fact, I think your producer uses it at one of the YMCA's. Yeah. So we call it gravity training on Total Gym. So in a way, we did kind of reinvent ourselves in that market.
Did you make a cognitive effort when you first started this thing to say, I'm going to build this big company? Or did you want to do one product and get out? What was the idea in the very beginning?
No. You know what's interesting? I go way back into the '60s into bodybuilding and all that. If you know bodybuilders, they have equipment in their garage. They use every kind of form to work out. And when I saw this concept, I thought, wow, that really could be a product that could be in every aspect of fitness. So in our feeble minds in 1974, we did have a passion to say we wanted this thing to be everywhere.
Yeah.
you know, to say that we had the strategic vision to say, you know, we're going to be #1 in 14,000 rehab facilities and on TV. There were no infomercials back then.
I was at my buddy's doctor's office the other day he handles the physical therapy for all the City of San Diego Fire Department, and there's a big monster total gym. It's like a total gym on steroids, but basically it was a total gym.
Exactly.
And there's home use, clinical use, and all those other different designs and stuff.
Well, see, if you looked in the mid '70s, late '70s, and early '80s, there was no cable TV. There weren't all these stations. There weren't even VHS machines.
Yeah.
So we were the demonstrators, and we did that via 200 trade shows a year is how we marketed.
So you just went trade show to trade show to trade show. So is there 120 different exercises on that thing?
250.
More than that?
Yeah, more than that.
250.
Is there some secret ones?
There are.
Some magic,
there are some secret ones.
There's some magic.
Like one finger.
Tell you later.
What is the next? What's the next phase for you guys as a company? I mean, you created the thing that kind of took over the fitness world. What's next?
You know, I think the next phase is really taking this concept and really taking it out to the baby boomer, because the baby boomer is not
shape.
Well, actually, they're in much better shape than they used to be. You know, you know, you look at my father at 55 or 60 was nowhere near what people are today. And I don't know that there are a lot of environments, although the clubs are starting to be a little more accommodative with our type of equipment for the baby boomers.
Well, I think the biggest injection into your company is the fact that the government will take care of you if you get sick. You do not want to get sick. You want to take care of yourself.
Stay well. That's right.
That's what I'm saying.
Now that's incentive.
There it is.
Boy, I'll tell you.
God.
So is this a privately held venture forever, you think? Or do you think you're going to, I mean...
Or there's something you want to get off your chest.
You're privately held, you don't have to answer any of this stuff. But it's curious to me, is I've raised probably, I don't know, about $200 million for companies over my career as an investment banker before I got into radio and TV. I've taken a lot of company startups all the way to the public venue. It's always interesting to me when you see an entrepreneur that's successful as hell that decides to go this way versus that way.
Well, you know, I could look at it this way. The way we did our public venture, so to speak, was to align ourselves with the best infomercial direct marketing company in the world.
Yeah.
And we licensed our Total Gym brand. We do all the design. We do all the education. And, you know, they've gone out and in retail value are over $1.5 billion in sales of Total Gyms in the mass market. So, you know, in one way.
So it's just a different
way
of doing it.
Without giving up any of our stock ownership.
Yeah, it's a smart way to do it.
Is that Guthrie Ranker? Is that who that is?
No, it's American Telecom. Out of Philadelphia.
Yeah. But the point is, though, is it's another way, another path of liquidity for you and your people.
And exactly, and we stay very controlled, so the entrepreneurial spirit, the passion is still there. And this is the thing that has actually been frustrating for me over the years, because a lot of times these venture capital people come in or whatever, and the first thing they start phasing out is the passion and the entrepreneurial spirit.
And the management team.
Exactly, now, and then they end up with the suits, no offense.
Listen, the management, before you get out of here, the management team that you started with, you still have a lot of the same people? Have you had to reiterate a few times?
I really didn't have a management team. You know, I started with 2 other guys. One guy I grew up with, he's passed on. I still have one of my original partners, but basically my wife is my vice president of marketing. She's really the creative genius around and her team around
Is
Gravity.
she the one that just gave me the
My son's
shirt?
involved.
Hey,
no, that's our PR director.
I could be the before picture on the next thing you're doing.
Yeah,
awesome.
Oh, we could be the project.
There it is.
A couple of out of shape radio guys. We could be a project.
A project. I like that.
Exactly. How about hooking up like a video screen to it too, so you look like you're rowing down a river?
Hey, don't give our secrets away.
I knew
it. Down the river.
I knew there's son.
Come on.
Tom, thanks, brother. Appreciate you coming in, man.
Thank you.
Awesome. You come back
Appreciate
anytime.
it.
I love to hear
the
the
shirt in a few weeks.
I'll get you a new one, $250.
Does that come in a medium?
Do you?
Russ and Sully in 8th grade. 30. All right, Big Biz Trivia Quiz. We get back from the break. Also, tax tip number 37. We'll get all that done. Big Biz Show, 866-606-TALK, 866-606-8255. $50 on the line coming up in the Big Biz Trivia Quiz.
Who's this gal?
Oh, you're looking at the website, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
Russ and Sully, Big Biz Show. BigBizShow.com. Do not go anywhere.